Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Tarannum Salman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says his government has initiated deep and meaningful reforms to ensure transparency and accountability and good governance. Pakistan and Russia have agreed to enhance cooperation on multilateral forums, including the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. The Army Chief says Pakistan-Russia Joint Training Exercise Drozhba 3 will reinforce existing relationship between the two armies. Chairman Task Force on Housing has reiterated commitment to construct 5 million houses in the country in the next 5 years. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe Jammu Martyrs' Day tomorrow. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says China-Pakistan Economic Corridor would serve as a vital link for the two countries with the Middle East and Central Asian republics. Addressing the opening ceremony of China International Import Expo at the National Exhibition and Convention Center, Shanghai, he said being part of the Belt and Road Initiative, CPEC would safeguard common objectives of various regions.
As the Belt and Road Initiative gives shape to a global community of shared interests, this expo will help spread dividends of freer trade amongst more closely integrated economies. In Pakistan, the Karakoram Highway merges into a network of modern highways that are part of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
Imran Khan said Pakistan has an array of resources, minerals and renewables amidst the most diverse landscape. Prime Minister Imran Khan said Pakistan is a leading exporter of sports goods, medical instruments and IT products. He said with a promising 100 million human resource under the age of 35, the country has a rich potential and is an attractive place for foreign investors. Imran Khan said his government in Pakistan has initiated deep and meaningful reforms to ensure transparency and accountability and provide seamless, smart solutions for the government and the people. Earlier in his address, the Chinese President Xi Jinping urged the countries to rise above their differences and strengthen their collaboration for an all-inclusive growth. He said we need to implement 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and reduce the imbalances in the development. Referring to the progress achieved by China over the last 1.5 decades, President Xi said that China has succeeded in fully opening up its economy. Chinese President Xi Jinping visited Pakistan Pavilion at the International Import Expo in Shanghai today, along with other world leaders, including the Kenyan President, the Russian Prime Minister, the Vietnamese Prime Minister, and the Maltese Prime Minister. Prime Minister Imran Khan welcomed the Chinese President and other world leaders at the pavilion. Pakistan has set up pavilion at the International Import Expo as the country of honor. Prime Minister Imran Khan has underscored the need to maximize Pak-Russia cooperation in trade, economy, defense and energy for the mutual benefit of the two countries. He was talking to his Russian counterpart Dmitry Medvedev on the sidelines of China International Import Expo in Shanghai today. Imran Khan underlined the importance of increasing economic cooperation with Moscow and invited Russian investment in Pakistan, particularly in the energy sector. The Russian Prime Minister congratulated Imran Khan on his election and underlined the importance of further strengthening bilateral relations, especially in view of the changing regional dynamics. The two leaders agreed to enhance cooperation on multilateral forums, including the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. They also exchanged views on regional issues, including situation in South Asia and Afghanistan. The Chinese electronic and print media has given wide coverage to Prime Minister Imran Khan's maiden official visit to Beijing and his meetings with the Chinese leadership, including President Xi Jinping and Premier Li Keqiang. The visit has been in the headlines in the English language news channels and newspapers, particularly China Global Television Network, Global Times, People's Daily, China Daily, and the Chinese language television channels and newspapers. Information Minister Fawad Chaudhry has said that Prime Minister Imran Khan's visit to China has further strengthened Sino-Pak strategic relations. Talking to the media persons in Lahore today, he said China has always stood by Pakistan in difficult times. He said the visit witnessed the signing of many historic agreements between the two countries, which will open new doors of cooperation in the fields of agriculture and industries. Fawad Chaudhry pointed out that both the sides have agreed to do trade in Chinese currency, which will help reduce the burden on our foreign exchange reserves in dollar. Chief of the Army Staff General Qamar Javed Bajwa has visited National Counter-Terrorism Center, PABB, on the last day of Pak-Russia Joint Training Exercise Druzhba 3. The exercise focused on counter-terrorism training of the Special Operation Forces of Pakistan and ground forces of Russian Federation while exchanging mutual counter-terrorism experiences. The COAS appreciated the participating troops for their dedication, skill, and professionalism. He said that this exercise is a great forum to reinforce existing relations between the two militaries. This is Radio Pakistan. Chairman Task Force on Housing, Zehram Rizvi, has reiterated the government's commitment to construct 5 million houses in the country in 5 years. Addressing a news conference along with other PTI leaders, Mahmoodur Rashid and Firdaus Shamim Naqvi, Zehram Rizvi said they are working on institutional framework at a fast pace. He said Prime Minister Imran Khan is taking keen interest in the project and he has chaired 10 meetings on the subject during the last 60 days. He said not only in urban centers, but houses will also be constructed in rural areas. Firdaus Shamim Naqvi said the government has prepared a comprehensive strategy for accomplishing the goal. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and the world over will observe Jammu Martyrs' Day tomorrow to reaffirm the resolve to continue the martyrs' mission till the realization of their inalienable right to self-determination. Hundreds of thousands of Kashmiris were massacred by the forces of Maharaja Hari Singh, Indian Army, and Hindu extremists in different parts of Jammu region while they were migrating to Pakistan during the first week of November in 1947. APHC leaders in their statements have paid great homage to the Jammu martyrs. Meanwhile, Indian troops launched a cordon and search operation in Bakura area of Gandarbal district today. The troops cordoned off the area and conducted door-to-door searches. On the other hand, former India appointed interlocutor on Kashmir Radha Kumar, in her book on Kashmir titled Paradise at War, A Political History of Kashmir, advised New Delhi to engage with all stakeholders of the Kashmir dispute. The sanctions the US had reimposed on Iran became effective from today. The Trump administration has reinstated all sanctions removed under the 2015 nuclear deal, targeting both Iran and states that trade with it. On the other hand, China's foreign ministry spokeswoman said China's lawful trade cooperation with Iran should be respected. She regretted reimposition of trade sanctions against Iran by the United States. In India, capital New Delhi has been engulfed with the deadly smog as air quality in the north of the country has deteriorated sharply due to smoke from stubble burning in fields across the region. Levels of PM 2.5, tiny particulate matter that can reach deep into the lungs and cause major health problems, were above 400 in most parts of the capital and in some places soared above 600. In Cameroon, around 80 people, mostly school children, were kidnapped in the city of Bamenda today. The incident occurred in the English-speaking region of Cameroon, where separatists are fighting to form a breakaway state. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.